You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry, ChillyBoy Chillson, and this is my review for Immaculate. Now, before we get into this review, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so that you can chill with me on each and every one of my latest videos. Immaculate is a 2024 horror film directed by Michael Mohan. The film follows an American nun who embarks on a new journey when she joins a remote convent in Italy. However, her warm welcome quickly turns into a nightmare when she discovers her new home harbors horrifying secrets and unspeakable horrors. The film stars Sydney Sweeney and Alvaro Morte. So I got to see this film at a screening that happened just after the world premiere of Immaculate at the South by Southwest Film Festival, ahead of the March 22nd release date. And not only was this a screening, it was also an early access showing that anyone could attend and get to watch the movie early. And I was excited because I really thought the trailers looked fun. Now, I haven't been the biggest fan of Sydney Sweeney to date, but hearing how she championed this movie and became a producer to make this film and how much passion she had for this project, I couldn't help but be completely intrigued by Immaculate. Plus, obviously, I love a good religious supernatural horror film. Well, sort of. A lot of them are actually terrible. So this could go any which way. But I'm thankful to say I really enjoyed Immaculate. So let's go ahead and talk about the positives first. Well, I'm going to start with our film's star, the producer, the lead actress, the champion of the story itself, Miss Sydney Sweeney, because I've been quite hard on her in my last couple of reviews for films she starred in, and I was starting to really wonder if all that euphoria hype was a little overhyped. But finally, I saw the light, and Sydney Sweeney delivered a performance that blew me away and showed me the star power she has. And I will say, at the beginning of this film, I was like, uh-oh, are we going down this path again? Because in honesty, I do think she struggles a bit with quieter moments to really push through and emote through soft performance. But as this film goes on, she really develops this character. And when she gets to unleash, oh, what a fantastic performance she gives. I also have to give huge props to Michael Mohan, who directed this film, because it's beautifully directed. He guides everything with a really steady hand and vision, complemented wonderfully by this amazing cinematography. This film is beautifully shot. There is a one-shot take here that is quite literally crazy, but in the best ways possible. And that's kind of where this film goes. Because once we hit the second and third acts of this movie, it really kind of unravels into a much crazier type of plot line. It never loses the plot, it never goes over the top to me, but it stays within the realm of, whoa, they went there. And I appreciated it for that. They push boundaries, particularly with the evaluation of religion and cultism. And I won't go into the other details of what it really delves into because I think that's a spoiler. But I really appreciate the lengths that the film went to demonstrate these ideas. It is brutal, it is bloody. Again, particularly that third act gets into some mega body horror with some amazing acting performances, some gnarly special effects, and a really cool tone that really blends like more of an action revenge type of setting with outright horror. There's a sequence that utilizes light and space and camera work all in conjunction to create a really fun chase scene that I really enjoyed in the third act. And it all leads up to this final scene that is going to stick with me for some time. It is really well done. So then, what doesn't work so well when it comes to Immaculate? Well, I think the biggest issue is pacing. I think that that first act is really uneven and doesn't set up the film to come all that well. Mostly because it kind of feels like a generic, cheap, nun style horror movie. You have a lot of jump scares, you have a lot of tropes that you expect from a film like this, and it sets you up to think that's where we're headed. Now, once it all unravels and they push that gas pedal, it gets going and speeds through the rest of it. However, that first act makes the film feel a little bit longer than it is because this thing clocks in under an hour and a half. Also, a lot of character decisions, like usual with horror, are questionable. Particularly her friend in here makes a really crazy decision that I was like, what is going on? Where you're just like, no, no, that is not the way to go about things. Even our lead does some things that you're like, whoa, what are you doing? And then going back to tone, I think, again, early in the film, it struggles to really hit that tone. I think overall, there are some weird tonal moments. By and large, the film plays it pretty straight and hard with some big allegories and some shock factor thrown in that is effective. However, every now and then it jumps out with this almost goofy side tone. Like they make you laugh in some crazy moments here. And I think there's even a few unintentional laughs thrown in for good measure. So, especially early on, when it feels more like that cheap horror style drama, if you will, they throw in some stuff that you're just like, oh, was that supposed to be funny? Am I supposed to be laughing? Was that funny or what's going on? But overall, I have to say I did quite enjoy Immaculate. Now, I will say that ending is going to be controversial. So, if the right or wrong, whichever way you want to look at it, people watch this film, I think they're going to be very upset. I loved the ending. I thought it was a real banger that fit perfectly with the rest of the film and the message that it was building up. But I think a lot of stuff that happens in here is gonna be the talk of the town. So I'm gonna be interested to hear how everybody else feels about it. But I enjoyed Immaculate. I thought it was effective in the story it was telling, all led by Sydney Sweeney, finally winning me over with a really good performance. So if you like religious themed horror films, definitely give Immaculate a watch when it releases. If you're easily squeamish or easily offended, then I'm not sure Immaculate is the movie for you. So that is my review for Immaculate. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click that like button down below and subscribe to the channel so that you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see Immaculate? Or have you already checked it out as well? Let me know all of your thoughts either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.